everybody. Everybody at the moment includes the Lone Wanderer because we just realized that we're up against uh, Neil the 604 Atheist, who we love and support. And Neil is interviewing Matt Dillahunty tonight, who we also love and support. So if y'all are watching this sometime in the future, no problem, no big deal. It's totally cool. We understand. We're a smaller channel, and it is what it is. Junk Shop is dealing with some teeth stuff at the moment, but I want to say hi to the people at the chat, in the chat, sorry. Hi, Lone Wanderer, so good to see you as always. Hey, Godless Sewing, Never Again, and Fran Wilson, thank you all so much for being here. It's incredibly awesome of you to be here. So we had therapy today, and we've been, sharing a lot of our anxieties about not being able to, this whole, like, I've been applying for multiple jobs on a daily basis since I was laid off in July. I think I was furloughed. Hey, Junie. Since I was laid off it was July. Sorry, I was furloughed from April until I was laid off, and so I had a very firm return to work date, and then they were like, not so much. So yeah, so it took me a second to, like, was that June or July? It was July. But since then, I've been applying for multiple jobs on a daily basis. Junk Shop has been too, and yeah, it's been rough. I mean, I have gotten literally 2 interviews in all of that time. And yes, I just, sorry, I got to bring this up. This is amazing. Do not fear. The harmonica man is here. Yes, fantastic. So good to see you. Yeah, so it's been rough, it has not been a good time. It has not been an easy time. It's demoralizing is kind of putting it lightly. Yeah. So today we were, I love you more than Neil. Thank you, Lone Wanderer. Today we were talking to our therapist, and he said, well, just trying to posit, a possible solution or sort of stopgap. Like, is gig work out of the question? And he was and he mentioned a couple of things, and I immediately thought of the pizzeria I worked at in when I was an undergraduate and student, and when I was a graduate student. And the thing is, no, gig work is not out of the question, by the way. We are actually pros and con listing gig work right now, in this moment. But yeah, it was, we were talking it out, and I thought, no, I can't, I'm not going to go back and work back of the house in a restaurant, with other people during a global pandemic. I'm not going to do it. I don't feel safe. It's not worth risking my life for $7 an hour. Now, granted, I felt kind of shitty saying that, because I felt like I was saying, like, I'm too good for that, and I should have also told you all that that job is the main reason I went to graduate school, because I was I had at 23, I had sciatica from sweeping and mopping the restaurant floors most nights per week, and I thought to myself, I don't want to be doing this when I'm in my 40s. Well, now I'm in my 40s, and I can't get, or seem to get, work in my field. So yeah, gig work is starting to sound like a good option. Hey, Ricardo. I don't have good. I mean, I don't have a reliable vehicle, so something like, Uber Eats is not a great idea. Also, and this is just me being real, y'all. This is not meant to be sexist, but as a woman, I don't feel safe uh, being an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. I just don't. And even if I did have a reliable, nice vehicle that other people would want to ride in, um, I have a lot of anxiety surrounding driving, and then also, I've had, we literally once went and picked up a friend who, and this is not meant to disparage an entire company or an entire profession. I mean, one of my uh, patrons, Mark Caesar, is an Uber driver, but there was a person who drove for a different, not Uber, different service like that, and we got a very, very late night text from a friend who was like, "Hey, can you come pick me up? I'm near your apartment." I had to dive out of my blank because the driver got rapey, was the terminology. So, yeah, I'm not comfortable. Um, yeah, driving an Uber. Something else that we looked into was WAG, which is a which is a really cute name. It's a dog walking service, and I could definitely use the exercise. I have a thing about pit bulls, and it's because one bit me once, and I almost died. It was not that I didn't almost die. Hang on, let me rephrase. I was a quarter of an inch away from a major artery. So had the bite gone a different way, I would have died. But it didn't, and I didn't. And frankly, it wasn't the dog's fault. It was me not acting right around a dog that I didn't understand. Um, but also in my city, people do fight dogs, which is horrendous and evil. But I was once like stopped from getting into my car by two scarred, like it was very obvious that they were fighting dogs, two pit bulls that just kind of stood there and stared at me and growled a wee bit, and I didn't move. And I just waited for them to lose interest and go away. And then I got in my car and I went to work. All right, let's see what else is going on. So WAG makes me a wee bit nervous. Like any other dog is fine. I just not pit bulls, but I'm not one of those ban the breed people. It's about how you treat the dog, but I mean, part of it's breeding. They were bred to lock on and not let go, but that's not their fault. I don't. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna say hi to Harmonica Man, and he's telling me to look up Larry McCray. He is an awesome blues man and wants a biography written. Might be something. Okay. I mean, I'm normally not. Normally, I'm like, I don't want to ghost write, but beggars can't be choosers. Like, maybe. Yeah, thank you. I'll check him out. Thank you for that, Harmonica Man. Also want to say hi to Maya Atkinson is in the chat. She's amazing. As you all no doubtedly saw earlier on Math Big Stream. Oh, hello. I'm being joined by a lovely person. Are you okay? Is your tooth okay?
My tooth is not there anymore. Better than it used to be.
I'm sorry. I mean, everything. Okay, so here's the thing. This is a moment of public accountability. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Yeah. So today was the first day since they had their tooth out that Junk Shop was allowed to smoke a cigarette again. We had some patches in the meantime. So it had been, 72 hours since you'd had a cigarette? Yeah. And they tried to smoke it, and they were like, "This is disgusting. I can't stand it." And they handed it to me, and I was like, "That's awesome." And let me explain. I'm not happy that it was disgusting for you, but I'm happy that it was disgusting for you, kind of, because I remember getting I only had one wisdom tooth. I don't know, genetics. What are you going to do? And they had to surgically extract it because if they'd let it come in, it would have knocked all of my upper teeth out of whack because I have a deformed jaw, I have TMJ, and it would not have been good. So, so I was out. And I was a smoker at the time. I was 18, 19. I'd already been smoking, and they took it out. And the first cigarette I was allowed to have to avoid dry socket, after the 3 to 4 days or whatever it was so gross. And I remember having the cigarette tasted so gross, and I remember having this moment of I could quit right now. I could quit now and never touch these again, and I'd be okay because I'd pretty much already detoxed from the nicotine. I didn't have patches in those days, but I was on painkillers for the thing, and had been for those 3 days. So, But then I was 18 and stupid, and I was like, I'll just power through it. It'll be fine. And after enough, burnt coffee at the local diner at CK's, I could, smoke a cigarette without it being gross. But I've always remembered that moment and thought that was the moment when I could quit. And so when Junk Shop had this tooth extracted, we had a discussion. And I was like, hey, I don't know, what did I say to you? How did you hear what I said? Because I don't.
That we might want to consider.
Yeah, that we might consider. I mean, I'm 42. They're 6 years younger. But smoking is fucking bad for you, and I don't want to get COPD. Hey, Kevin Lentini. Yeah, you are here. You may think you're not, but you are. Anyway, so here's the thing. We have a carton of our brand of cigarettes. When I first started smoking cigarettes, it was $10 and change for a carton. A carton now is $82 because of all of the rightfully lawsuits that went against cigarette companies, and they just ratchet, and also sin taxes that were applied, and also health taxes that were applied, because we know this is something you do, it's going to fuck with your health, and then your insurance. I mean, see, if we had a national healthcare system, it would make more sense to me, because I would say, okay, well then society has to pick up the bill, and that's kind of fair, right? But we don't. We just have private insurance companies, so it's not that fair. But the cost is absolutely passed on to the consumer. So here's the thing: we can't afford to keep smoking. There's a pandemic of a lethal respiratory disease.
There's that.
Yeah,
there's definitely that.
That's passed demonically, and we have exactly 18 cigarettes left. And we have nicotine patches, which are a lot cheaper than $82 for a carton of cigarettes, which takes us less than a week to go through. So I'm thinking that if you're okay with it, we should just stop.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, I'm going to try too.
Not making no promises, but I'm giving it a shot.
Yeah, I've used cigarettes to deal with my anxiety for more than 20 years. Well, not more than, no, because I'm not 48, but for a long time. and I'm 42, and this is a good time for me in terms of, I haven't developed COPD yet, for example, and I'd rather not. And I am not, that's no disrespect to anyone. There are a couple of people in our in the atheist YouTube skeptic community, at least one that I know of, who has COPD, and I don't, there's no blame here going out. I mean, it's really hard to stop smoking for a lot of reasons. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances on the planet, literally, like chemically. So I no shame. I just I watched my first girlfriend's grandmother die of COPD. I was not in the room the day that she died, but I was there like almost every day, like the week leading up to. And watching somebody who is terminally ill and has the self, like they don't care how much morphine you have at that point, because she was essentially like on hospice. She could give herself morphine at any time, and she did when she needed it. And to still watch someone who's just given themselves IV morphine writhing around in pain, because their chest hurts so much and they can't breathe, is not fun. And I remember thinking then, because I was a smoker then, and I remember thinking, okay, I have to quit before that happens. Like, just there's no way to gauge it, you know. Like, I could have COPD right now, for all I know. I mean, my doctor doesn't think that I do, which is great, and I trust that. But I could develop it at any point, and once you develop COPD, there's no going back. You can't. It doesn't matter if you quit smoking or not. You always have it at that point. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know. I used to say I'd rather go out that way than with dementia, like my mom and my grandpa. But the older I get, I don't know. Like I'm basically, I'm not afraid of being dead. I am afraid of dying in a lot of pain. I'd rather not do that. And I'd like to be here as long as I can. So, and well, at least as long as I'm in my right mind. Okay, so Ricardo says, oh, hey, Kevin, I get it, man. I get it. Maya says 100% tooth pain is the worst. Kevin says, I couldn't wait after my last extraction. I was smoking that night. Oh, Jesus. Did you get dry socket? I'm just curious. I'm not, you don't have to. Oh, my God. Low wonder. I would give up drinking, but my mom didn't raise a quitter. That's right. No, I don't need to give up. I joke about my liver. I use this old Leary joke. What's his first name?
I don't know.
I just lost it in my head. Anyway, great comedian, Irish last name, and he used to talk about like he had this bit where he did this whole thing about drinking too much, and then like you go downstairs and your liver's sitting on the couch the next morning smoking a cigarette and saying "fuck you," but no. So Ricardo Oliveira says. I gave up smoking about half a dozen times before, and then about 3 years ago, I changed to e-cig. Yeah, I had an e-cigarette years ago, and when they first came out, and it was awesome. Like I could charge it on my laptop, and it was great. And that is not beyond the realm of possibility. Now that we for sure have ones that are, because what was scary about some of the early, I don't like all the, what was nice about the first e-cigarettes is they just released water vapor, but you still inhale.
And not much of that.
And not much.
It wasn't like the ginormous clouds of vape smoke that you see now.
Yeah, the huge clouds of vape smoke kind of freak me out. I can't imagine that's good for anyone. And then secondly, like, but the nice thing about some of the new vape machines is those aren't going to blow up. They're not going to explode in your face and kill you, which some of the early ones did. But now they're like they're smart vapes, and they won't
overheat and explode.
Yeah, yep. What they said. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
they will not overheat and explode. Yeah. Harmonica man, I've got one good lung myself. Long story. No, I respect that. I've got an uncle who, like, first time he saw me smoking, he was like, "Do you want to see my scars?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, might help." But yeah, he had a whole lobe removed from one lung after smoking for decades. You know the one I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but he's in his 80s now and doing all right. Because after having part of a lung removed, he quit smoking. Funnily enough. Yeah, so basically we're kind of looking at this like as an opportunity, like, all right, well, you can't stand the taste of them because they're nasty. I mean, anybody who started smoking as a teenager, you really had to fight your way through those first few cigarettes. Do you remember that? Because they were gross. They don't taste good until you get used to it. And then you're like, oh, that's awesome. I love it. But initially, no, they don't taste good. And yeah, that's where we hope we are. And I'm not, we have patches. I'm not buying any more cigarettes. And once those last 18 are gone, hopefully that might be it. And also then we won't feel guilty about spending money on them when things are tight. Oh yeah, Jules. I want to know about this. Oh, okay. Ricardo says he has one that he can fog a medium room, but he only uses 1 milligram of liquid on that one. Okay, cool. And vaping is an option if we find that we just can't do without it. It is an option. We'll just have to figure that out. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some math to be done there as well.
Yeah.
Those things are not cheap.
No, and there's some math and some chemistry to be done as well.
Yeah.
Junie the Apostate. Also, by the way, thank you, my newest patron, Junie the Apostate. Thank you so much. You're amazing. I put your name in the crawler. You are in the crawler. It's all, they're in order of patronage. So I'm ducking above the thing like a groundhog. Anyway, but yeah, there you are, and Junie the Apostate. Yes. So thank you so much. So she says, I remember the whole thing with Jewel last year, but I also remember 8-year-old kids trying to buy to resell. Stayed at the store for 15 minutes hoping that I would give in, but I called the cops. Good for you. Good. Yeah, one of my do y'all have like friends who have kids, and so your aunt or uncle to them, but you're not actually related? You know that thing? Yeah. One of my unofficial nieces, and also her mom's an only child, so I feel guilty for even saying unofficial niece because this kid doesn't have any aunts or uncles on her mom's side. So whatever. She's called me Aunt Julie her whole life. She's my fucking niece. Anyway, point is, yeah, she had a Jewel, and as far as I know, still does. And I was worried. I was like, I don't know about those things. I think they can explode. And her mom was like, hers is like second generation. It's safe as far as I know. And I'm like, okay, well, I trust your judgment. I mean, it's not easy to. I mean, in my experience, trying to tell people how to parent, especially when you're not a parent, is a good way to really piss people off. So I try not to do that unless it's something, that I find really reprehensible. And luckily, no one I know who has kids has done anything morally reprehensible. So it's worked out well. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Yeah. Thank you, Lim Wanderer. I will support you with quitting smoking. I am transitioning to veganism, and it sucks, but I'm willing to try. Okay, good for you. I support you in trying to be a vegan. That is hard. I'm lactose intolerant, and I have a hard time not eating cheese. I eat cheese today. I most days I don't, and the one thing I definitely don't do is I can't drink cow milk. I can't eat like my best friend makes this amazing potato leek soup from scratch, but it's got butter and heavy cream in it, and I ate it one day without thinking about what was in it, and I got so sick. So yeah, there's definitely it's almost Pavlovian. There's definitely a bad response to anything like that. Hey, Sandy the Sane, how are you, darling? All right, well, that just makes me want to thank my patron. So the Lone Wanderer, my first patron ever, is in the chat. A bit of tea in Danish is not because it's way the fuck late where she is. She's in Denmark. That's fine. Captain Timothy, Mark Caesar, Santi the Sane is here. Mycoraptor, Ox, Godless Granny, Lavender Lady, and Junie the Apostate. And thank you all so much. I don't. Oh, Unholy Shade is here. Hey, darling. What is going on? Okay, hang on. Unholy Shade is giving you some port, Lone Wanderer. All right. They say veganism gets easier as you go. You get to know things and get used to it all. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And I will say that too. Like, it's kind of like and Junk Shop and I think we meet about twice a week now. Maybe 3 times.
I'm not on enough of a pattern to be able to tell you.
It's fair. Okay. When I cook, which frankly is not every night, even on lockdown at all. Like sometimes they're just like, I'm going to go put in a pizza in the oven. I'm like, that's great. You do that. Fantastic. But when I cook, yeah, I only cook meat, I think about twice a week. We're trying really hard to cut red meat way down. I feel guilty whenever I eat any pork-based thing because pigs are really fucking smart. We figured out they're basically as smart as roughly a 3-year-old human child, and that makes me feel really bad. Like that time we were eating sushi and we tried octopus, and I didn't know that we'd figured out that they were sentient. And then you said something about that at the table, and I was like, what? Well, we just ate the what? Yeah, so no eating octopus. Trying to get the pig out of the diet. It's difficult. God damn it, pork is delicious. But yeah, thank you, Unholy Shade. Please, 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 keep on with that because, and another thing is there are a lot of good alternatives to stuff. Now, vegan cheese is gross. I will admit that out the gate.
Lone Wanderer just said it wasn't bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, if you found vegan cheese that you like, please let me know what it's called. Also, Judy says we don't choose to be lactose intolerant. No, ma'am, we do not.
That is correct. It is visited upon you for your sins.
Apparently, because, God damn it, I just really quickly, I'm mostly, according to my parents, I haven't had one yet, but according to my parents' DNA tests, I am more than anything else Irish, which is completely different than what family lore taught. This one and I had a Scottish themed wedding because, yeah, we thought my mom was half German and half Scottish, and apparently the Scots name just kind of ended up in Ireland to the point where no, genetically, no, not so much. Anyway, I don't know whatever. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but so whatever. We found that out recently. But here's the thing: I'm also part French, and not that it should matter, but I tried to learn French. I ate French cuisine. Like it was like kind of a whole day. Fuck off with that smile, Jesus. You're giving me the you're being white annoying smile. I know I am. I know I'm being really white and really annoying right now. But the point is that I had developed a palate for good cheese, like for brie, for Gouda, for even the stinkier cheeses. I just, I had developed a palate for good cheese. And then at 35, I became lactose intolerant. God fucking damn it. That is not fair. So thank you, Ginny, for saying that it is something that is visited upon us and not something we choose. Yeah. If anybody's wondering, Unholy Shade is non-binary, and they are amazing. And please. And yeah, they've changed. And if you have questions about that, I'm sure that's cool. But just please be respectful of the fact that they're Unholy Shade now, and we are going to call them that and respect that, because that's just how we do on this channel. Hey B, what's up, girl? Good to see you. Yeah, so oh no. I'm sorry. I just made Ricardo feel bad. No, I'm sorry, hun. No, everybody it's an adjustment. I mean, my partner came out to me as non-binary earlier this year, and we'd been married for 5 years, 4 years, 4.5. Was that like right before our 5th anniversary?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Tell you exactly. Yeah, we were married for a while. And when we were married, do you mind discussing this for a second, just as us, so we're not bringing shade into it? Okay. So there are moments when I think back and I'm thinking in the past before you came out. And I mean, when you came out, it made so much sense. I was just like, oh, okay, that works. I get it. That absolutely makes sense to me. But before you had figured that out about you, I was I was calling you, masculine pronouns and all that stuff. And it took me a long time, and I still fuck it up sometimes.
So do I.
Thank you for saying that. Could you expound so that those of us who are trying to be cool but sometimes fuck up don't feel quite so guilty?
Well, I'll say, old junk shop done screwed up again, and he's in the wrong tab on his computer. And then
then you feel weird.
I don't know how I feel about that, other than that I realized that didn't quite come across right.
Nope, didn't taste right in my mouth. Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Shade. You're lovely, and we adore you. You know that, right?
Yes, yeah. That would be awesome. I would love that.
Well, Shade. What?
And maybe we could stream together sometime and talk about it.
That'd be great.
Would be great fun.
Yes, please. DM them or
yeah. We'll work it out.
Yeah,
we'll work it out.
Y'all work it out. That would be great. I would love to watch that. Because being somebody who was born with female genitalia, assigned female at birth, but who also identifies as a woman, it's not something that is super difficult for me to get, because I'm also gender queer, which if y'all don't know what that means, it just simply means that I'm not that girly. I rebel against certain things. I mean, sometimes, once in a while I'll fem it up for fun, but most of the time, and my mother would tell you that this was the worst thing ever for her when I was growing up.
Mortified.
Oh my God. She wanted she was so happy because she'd had 2 sons and a daughter. And then when I was born, she had a second daughter, and she was like, oh, thank God. Right. Because she did not want more boys. No offense to the gentleman in the chat. It's just, you were boys once. Boys can, well, they're hard on shit. So am I. And also, I was a tomboy forever. And then, but you get to a point in life where if you still identify as a woman, you can't, tomboy starts to sound weird, like at some point in your 20s or 30s, it's like that starts to sound, it's like, that's kind of juvenile. Can I still identify as that? So, am I uncomfortable in big poofy dresses? Yes. Don't like them. We haven't been to the laundromat since before you had your tooth out, and I'm wearing the same pair of jeans for like the 5th day in a row, and I don't care because I have clean skirts in my closet, but I'm not comfortable in skirts, generally speaking. I don't feel like me. So that's
all right. Nobody ever sees us except from the waist up.
Right? I could be wearing nothing. Y'all don't know. Anyway, no, I'm wearing jeans just to be. No, damn it. I should just let you fantasize and enjoy that. Anyway, but point is, Jesus Jones. Point is, all genderqueer means is that you don't identify. I'm sorry, you do not conform to gender norms for said gender, right? And there's more than two. We know this. I mean, for fuck's sake, people in India have known this forever. And also there have always been trans people, there have always been transgender people. And I would argue as well, there have always been people who are like us who look heteronormative until like we open our mouths or talk about or express anything about ourselves, right? Which is invisible queerness, which is a whole other thing. This was supposed to be about gig work, and we're getting all into sexuality. I kind of dig it.
Thinking, I'm okay with it. We have been everywhere on the planet this evening, and that's all right.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So I'm so sorry. Oh, B, you prefer him. Oh, honey, I absolutely. Thank you for telling us. Like, we're honored. I don't want to call you the wrong thing. I will call you what you want, my man. It's cool. You're still hot. That came out weird. I'm sorry. You were hot. You're hot, period, as a person. God damn it. Stop me. Talk. Say something. Jesus.
How you do go on.
I've had one.
Like, oh, Lone Wanderer thinks boys have less drama.
Oh,
that depends on the boy.
It does. It really does. Yeah, trust me. Oh man. Okay. Old friend of mine from high school. Not gonna say the name of the high school. Not gonna say the full name of the person. But Jason, looking at you. Do boys have less drama? Let me know if you ever watch this. I've sent him a link actually. I don't think he's ever watched it. No. Harmonica Man, don't even worry. Yeah. Oh, thank you, B. Thank you. B forgives me. She says, I got you, Julie. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. He says, I got you. See, I just did it. I will get there, B. I will get there. I promise. Sorry. All right. Any hoozlebees. So yeah, trouble with pronouns. And I just, it's okay. Like, I think the important thing is that we try and that we're accepting and that we focus on, in our lives who we include as opposed to who we exclude. If that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it does to me too. I don't want Sandy the same says depends on the boy. I'm a drama queen. King. I'm sorry, drama king. Sorry, sweetie. Oh, Sandy. I love you. Oh, Harmonica Man says some of my old friends thrived off of man drama. I'm interested. I want to take a deep dive into this man drama shit now. I'm fascinated.
I'll give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like any other kind of drama.
Oh, damn it.
Except with a little more posturing.
A little more. I have chest puffed out. Thing. Yeah. Okay. Fine. All right. Then, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Sandy the Saint says, I'll take Queen because it makes me feel pretty. Oh, that's very cool. Thank you. The Lone Wanderer's Bunker says, you may call me she who must not be named. Mommy dearest, mistress from the deep. God damn! I'm sorry. I'm just so y'all don't think I was making that shit up. There it is right there. That is amazing. I love it. And yeah, I'm all for it. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Lone Wanderer, can I say what happened recently that's amazing for you? Just let me know in the chat. I won't say anything unless you want me to. It's about a test you took recently, so you know what I'm talking about. All shall bow at my knee. Slow Wanderers. I don't know. I can. Okay. Here's an exciting thing. Okay, so those of you who have watched Lone Wanderers channel, you've been in the bunker, or if you've seen her word of the day thing, she took her citizenship test. She's from New Zealand. You've heard the accent. She took her citizenship test recently, and she passed. So she's very, very soon is going to. I'm on the line too, Lone Wanderer. Don't even worry about it. She is very soon going to be an American citizen, which I gotta say, awkward timing. But I'm happy for you, and I'm just glad that some people still want to immigrate to here because, frankly, it's been weird.
See if they still do after Wednesday.
Oh, fuck me running. I know, and what we mean about that is, no, we voted for Biden and Harris. We're just very nervous. I'm very nervous. Are you? I'm very nervous about the security surrounding the inauguration. But I do want to point out that Unholy Shade is giving her, I'm so sorry, congratulations to the Lone Wanderer. So Unholy Shade has your back, Lone Wanderer, and they are an amazing human being and just all around cool cat. So, oh my gosh. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is incredibly touching. You said a poignant thing because I'm gonna cry.
It says the citizenship has been my light in the darkness of COVID. That's cool.
What I will say to that is the United States is this we're an ideal that's constantly, hopefully, striving to live up to what we meant to be, what we hope will be, what we think we are but aren't. And what do you and my mama say? God willing, and the creek don't rise, right? Yeah. I mean, hopefully, someday we'll actually get there. There actually will be equality for all. Maybe even it won't take until the 19th Amendment for women to be mentioned in the Constitution. That'd be cool. But no, it's fine. I don't expect anybody. I don't expect anybody to go back and revise, rewrite what Thomas Jefferson wrote. I can deal with it. It was written when it was. But yeah, I mean, this is a nation that was founded on secular ideals. And but then still kept, more than half of its population as second class citizens, and then kept an entire nation of people as slaves for a very way the fuck too long into that. So we hope, we strive, and the shit that we saw at the Capitol last week, I have nothing but invectives for that. Seeing that son of a bitch carrying a Confederate flag through our goddamn Capitol building.
He got himself arrested today.
Damn, today? Only today. Okay, but oh my God, talk about that, please. I didn't know.
As did his son, who he brought with him.
Is his son an adult? A legal adult?
I don't know.
All right.
I didn't read the rest of the story. I just saw the ad copy for the story and had a little happy in my heart.
Well, that makes me happy too. Thank you for telling me. Yay. Hi, Uhan Roderick. Hello.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Don't do the treason if you can't do the time.
Yeah, don't do a treason. How about that?
Ideally, yes.
Don't do that.
Yes, that's something to aspire to. Is never to do a treason.
Yeah.
The things we have to say out loud these days.
Right? It's insane. Hey, Mr. Shadow Kitty. Ulan, I have a question. Am I pronouncing your name even remotely correctly? Because when I read it, it looks like Uhan Roderick. But let me know if that's incorrect, or like spell it out phonetically or something if I'm not saying it right. Because I was a former teacher. I have a thing about pronouncing names correctly. It's purely from that. Also, oh my gosh, yeah, don't do the treason if you don't have a reason. Yes. Oh my gosh, Lone Wanderer. Yes, yes, ma'am. Hells yeah. Like, by the way, if you are white and privileged already in this country, what the fuck were you doing at the Capitol last week? Like, what?
I will never get over that some of these yahoos took PTO days to go do this.
Oh my God, they took paid time off days. They have jobs right now.
Could your privilege show in? Not anymore. They don't.
Not fair. And honestly, fuck them, because I haven't had a job since July, and God damn it, I'm not trying to overthrow the government. Jesus, you think as a woman, I don't know what happens when shit gets crazy? When shit gets crazy and governments get overthrown, I become chattel. Like, you'd basically have to, like, attempt to find your toxic masculinity self just to keep me safe. I mean, there is no. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but yeah. There is no good. Have you guys seen Mad Max? I mean, there's no good there, like, at all. Okay. I'm sorry. I went on a bit of a rant. I apologize. So Uhan says, John started saying it the way I did, and okay. All right. So our dear friend John Gleason, godless engineer, started saying Uhan and forever ago, and you just went with it. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you're cool with that, I don't want to. I hate saying things that are wrong. I hate saying things the wrong way. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Harmonica Man, for bringing this up. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My brother had the same issue. Okay, so my oath of fighting enemies, foreign and domestic, has not been rescinded. When you carry the enemy flag into my building, I want to kick your stupid ass. Yes, sir, that is absolutely correct. And I gotta say, like my brother is you guys have heard me talk about him before. This is a good one. You've heard me talk about him before. He is an evangelical Christian. He's born again. Even though we were raised Catholic, I'm like, wasn't it hard enough? Whatever. Anyway, point is, he is a Republican. He despises Trump. He despises him and has this whole time. He's like, that guy is a crook. He's awful. He's a con man. He doesn't represent Christians, and he just makes us all look bad. And I mean, these are words right out of my brother's mouth that I'm quoting. And he has not voted for him once. Doesn't care about. Doesn't want him in charge. All of that. What was my point? Oh, and my point is, I remembered. Sorry, wine. I remembered. My point is that my brother is a veteran of a foreign war, so he took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So yeah, he takes that very seriously as well, and he is not happy with this shit that's gone down either. So thank you, Harmonica Man, for reminding all of us that, yeah, there are a lot of people out there who have taken that oath. And there were a lot of people at BLM protests with their Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, whatever, hats on or stuff on. And they were saying, because, like, we're here because we defend the Constitution. And yeah, that is what it is. Julie has the toxic masculinity, and Junk Shop is wearing red. Well, yeah, it's probably true. Honestly, I'm more likely to go toxic masculinity than you are, I think, at this point. And I mean, nothing. I don't. Damn it!
I don't know that this has much in the way of legs on it.
God fucking damn it! No, I just realized. That in a patriarchal sense that could sound insulting to you, but I'm the one who's more likely to fall back on old school gender roles that are bullshit. Because I don't know. I'm Gen X. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Yeah. Look. Oh, yeah. Wuhan. I completely understand. Biden wasn't my primary pick either. But he is what he is, and he's got Kamala Harris there. So I have a couple of issues, but not nearly as many. Honestly, in the primaries, I voted for Elizabeth Warren, and it never occurred to me that she would come in. She came in 4th in my state. She came after the goddamn billionaire dude. That's what freaked me out. Bloomberg. Yeah, she came in after Bloomberg. He came in 3rd. But it's Tennessee.
Rednecks love billionaires.
Rednecks love billionaires.
Someday I'll be one.
Someday I'll get out this double wide and be... No, you will not. Just accept it and move on with your life, buddy. You will not. Okay, sorry. All right, so... let's see. Is there a good option? I don't know, man. It's politics, but are there less harmful options? Yes, absolutely. And Biden and Harris are, people who say, yeah, we respect science and evidence-based information. Yes, I am taking that right now, because it's been 4 years of science is bullshit, basically, and the CDC doesn't know what it's talking about, and the CDC is like, we actually do, we do. Sorry, that's totally like covered up. I didn't mean to. But yeah, so oy vey. All right, so we've had some revelations tonight. We've been going almost an hour. Yeah, I know, sweetie. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Sweetie sounded dismissive. I didn't mean to sound dismissive. I'm going to pull this up. All right. So less harmful is still harmful. We ended up with the ones who are responsible for yeah, you're right. You're right. That's the part. Yep. That was the part I have issues with Ms. Harris. Yeah. For locking up countless minorities for things that shouldn't be crimes. No, I agree. Um, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, her prosecutor record, which is correct. Yeah, that was the big thing that I had against her. I will say I like everything else about her. Um, I mean, she's just
I don't really know enough about her to have an opinion, if I'm honest. I voted for the team whose base didn't want me dead.
well that too. Yeah, the base that wasn't talking about hanging us in the streets for being from lampposts for being queer. Yeah, that's pretty much who we voted for. All right. But I don't mean to dismiss your point, Uhan. I do not. Also, if you ever want to tell me how to really pronounce your name, just let me know. I don't mind. G's a lovely person, but he is from Alabama. Okay. Oh, that was mean. Shots fired. Okay. Like Tennessee can even die. Anyway. So Ricardo says, I will surmise at this point a picture of George Carlin would be a better president. Oh my God, than the current orange blob. Yes, yes, just a picture of George Carlin. We don't need to bring him back from the dead, all like zombie or Messiah style or zombie Messiah style. No, not necessary. It's just a picture of George Carlin. I agree. A picture cannot commit treason. So there's that.
Hell, just take a painting of Trump and prop it up behind the Resolute desk for the next 6 days. It'll be doing exactly as much work, and it won't make as much of a mess.
True. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. He just so, there has to be consequences, y'all. There just have to be. He cannot get off scot free, sorry, while people who followed him under his instruction as the president of the United States to fight and to, walk down to the Capitol and all that shit. And he said he'd be with them when he ran off back to the White House to watch it all on television. Like this.
My favorite thing about this whole mess is that he still can't find a lawyer. He wanted Alan Dershowitz. Dershowitz said it would be a show trial, and he's a lawyer, not an actor.
Damn! I like it.
He won't pay Rudy Giuliani, so Giuliani's going to get fed up. He's going to end up either with Corey B. Trotz, or he's going to be representing himself, which you could sell pay-per-view tickets to. Hello, please.
Yes, that would be fantastic. I would like that.
If that man ends up defending himself in court, I will watch every minute of every day till the end of time.
Yeah.
And I will never stop laughing.
Yep. There are several things I want to talk about here. Says, yep, I know, but not a. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm going to wish. Hang on, Santi. I agree with your comment. I just need the context for it. Biden is an author of The War on Drugs, so he wrote the book. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You are right, Uhan. Yes. Biden is an author of The War on Drugs, and it failed miserably, and we all know that it's bullshit, and that there are people still serving time in this country for goddamn marijuana offenses, and also any non-violent drug crime you should not be serving time for. B wants the bastard, meaning Trump, locked up and the key thrown away. I agree. Lone Wonder says they will never get the smell of McDonald's out of the White House. Oh, God help us, they probably won't. If there was a God, that would be great, but there's not, so we have to figure this out ourselves. I wonder when all those shitty eyesore barriers will come down. Who knows? I don't know. Still authoritarian, though. Both Democrats and Republicans are. People just need to start voting for what they want and not like it's a sporting event. You know what, Uhan? I agree with you in principle, but in fact, like just in immediacy, I agree with you. I wish we had many more parties. A two-party system is bad. It's bad for the United States. It's bad for the Republic. I mean, the founding fucking fathers said that. You know, that there should always be more than just two parties. Unfortunately, a two-party system, even though there are third-party candidates, a two-party system is what we have, and it's what we have to work with until we change that. So that's where I am. I like, again, I completely agree with you, and I really hope we get there. And again, the U.S. is a nation of ideals, so hopefully we will. We need to let children out of cages on our southern border first. That would be a first priority for me, and then maybe we can deal with some of the more philosophical stuff. But God damn it, so much. There's so much wrong, and there's so much that needs to be fixed, and it's frustrating. Okay, but no, I do understand what you're saying, Johan, and I do agree. We need more than just two parties. It's stupid. It is absolutely stupid that, you know, you have to vote for the lesser of two evils. That's dumb. All right. What?
Yes, Sloan is pointing out one of my favorite news stories of the last little while, that
Oh,
good
this
old
one? Yeah.
NYC has canceled their contracts with the Trump brand.
This is fantastic.
2 ice skating rinks,
Mm-hmm.
a golf course, Natch,
Yep.
and a carousel.
And the
So all taken together.
Sorry.
All taken together, that means that Trump, on behalf of the state of New York, was running a literal circus that they pulled the plug on this week.
Yep.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it so.
Yes, moi aussi, and it is fantastic. If he opts for self-representation, I'll consider going to the U.S. to attend those. Oh, dude, you can sleep here. We will make room. Like, we don't
commute to DC.
Well, okay, fair enough. That's like hundreds of miles away. But on your way, if you need to crash in Memphis, Ricardo, we'll figure something out. We don't have a guest room, and it's not the nicest place, but we'll figure something out. I promise there won't be like vermin anywhere, and I can cook. So there's that. All right. Yeah, you're right, Uhan. It's only a two-party system if we keep letting it be. You're absolutely right. I really want that to change. I do. I even tried. Wonder Lady Faye, hey girl, she in the chat. Uhan, no, I tried to register as an independent when we were registering to vote in high school, and they gave us all the forms because I went to public high school, and senior year they brought in these forms. You could register to vote. Cool. I was going to register as an independent. It was not on the form. I blame Tennessee. It just was not there in 1996 on the Tennessee form. So I had to pick one or the other. So I was like, okay, well, Democrat, because they're nicer to the most people. And I'm a freak, and I'm bisexual, and I that's how I identified at the time. And I was like, yeah. The Republicans don't give a shit about me. I don't, I want to get a fine arts degree. They really don't give a shit about me. I have a vagina. I want to get a fine arts degree, and I'm not straight. So that was it wasn't a hard choice. I'll just put it that way.
And you're not a multi-squillionaire.
Yeah. And so I had the option, had I had the option of registering third party, like Bernie Sanders is, I would have, and I would be, but I didn't have that option.
There's a very interesting alternate timeline being recounted in the chat. Back in 2012, Harmonica Man's best friend ran for president. It was a wash due to the two-party ridiculousness, but Harmonica Man himself would have been up for Joint Chief of Staff.
What?
And is planning to put an end to the military-industrial complex.
Are you fucking who? I'm sorry. I got to
start paying Got to start paying better attention to these chats if there's stories like this unfolding.
Seriously,
dude,
have you written about this? Oh, Ricardo says I'll sleep in a corner with a brick as a pillow for the pleasure of the company. Oh, sweetie. No, we'd make it more comfortable than that, and I'd cook dinner.
2 bricks.
2 bricks. Anyway, if we do nothing right in the South except for hospitality, we will encumber you with it. All right, but what the fuck, harmonica? Who was your best friend?
Hey, Ox.
Hey, Ox. Hi, sweetie. Who?
Jill Reed.
Oh,
I remember that.
I remember that campaign.
Why do I remember that?
Because she ran for president. I'm right, right? She ran for, that's why we remember Jill Reed. She ran for president. Did she not? Oh my god. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm on the edge of my wheels. All right. We both have rolly chairs. My head isn't huge. They're sitting behind me. It's a perspective issue.
These are small. Those are far away.
All right. Oh, hi, Ox. We love you too. Everybody. Oh,
yeah, Ox.
All love is in chat.
Ox rolling in just in time for the end, but didn't get his notification, so we'll forgive him.
Yeah, no worries, man. I mean, Neil is talking to Matt Dillahunty right now. Like, we're amazed anybody's here. Like, thank y'all so much.
So many cool people here tonight.
Right? So many amazing and lovely people. We have a lot to be grateful for. And we're not going to, because they don't want us to, we're not going to name any names. We're not going to say anything. But let's just say that things are much more safe and secure for us today than they were yesterday, and we are very grateful and humbled, and I continue to be amazed, and I shouldn't be. But I continue to be amazed by the generosity of the secular community, because when any one of us needs help, we all stand up and we come out and we're like, what can we do? What do you need? What is it? And when you grow up religious, you're not used to that.
No.
We
were just talking about this afternoon.
We were.
You're not.
I was like, we grew up Christian. I don't even know how to deal with this kind of generosity and kindness. I can't deal. I don't know what to say, because we're used to, thoughts and prayers, right? Oh, we'll be praying for you. And I mean, sometimes people do actual things, like, my mom once put in the church bulletin that we needed a couch, and like 5 people showed up with their secondhand couches. So we had 5 couches, and then we ended up taking in a woman and her 4 kids who needed to get away from an abusive father/spouse. And so there was a couch for everyone to sleep on. And of course, everybody was like, oh, God's will, yay, hallelujah, blah, whatever. But it's a lot more complicated than that.
If it had been God's will, they would have been new couches.
Well, if it had been God's will, we would have known a little bit more about, no, I don't even know if it had been, I don't even know what. But honestly, the fact that we took them in actually stopped them from getting public housing for like 6 months, because they were like, well, you have a place. And it was like, okay, well, we have 2 boys sleeping on couches in the living room, and one girl is sharing a bedroom with my daughter, and another girl is sleeping in the den, and none of them have any privacy or their own space. But okay, sure, Department of Public Housing. Yeah, sure, they had a place to not be homeless. So, welcome to America, Lone Wanderer. Love you. I don't know. I hope things have changed. I hope things have changed since then. But yeah, literally, they lived with us for about 6 months because
we got Sleepy Ben Carson running the Health and Human Services
oh my
right
God,
now.
no.
I'm sure things are a lot better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're great. Oh yeah, so we try. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm not even gonna tell this story. It's too depressing. Okay.
Yeah, let's not do another depression.
Junie, anyone else here have to deal with having a Trump Tower in the city? We don't have a Trump Tower. We don't, right? As far as I know. No, we don't have a Trump Tower in our city. We do have to deal with family members who are Trump supporters.
But no, it's not like we've got an actual.
But no, we don't have the big
phallic monument with his name and
yeah.
thereupon.
Which, my God, guys, I mean, come on. It can't be any bigger than this if he's putting that on all those buildings. It's just, it's so obvious. I'm not going to invoke Freud here, but really, I kind of did just by saying the name. But I mean, it's.
Stormy said mushroom.
Yeah, she did say mushroom, didn't she? Oh my goodness. And she also said, I laid there and prayed for death. That was, I will never forget that quote. That was on the Stephen Colbert show. Okay. All right. Where are we? Okay. Mr. Shadow Kitty is bringing up Jared Kushner. Yeah. Real estate ventures. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm not a fan of creepy talking dolls.
No, creepy talking
Kushner
mannequin looking. Ooh.
There's his voice.
Okay, but wait, not as nervous though as that evil fucking Nazi.
Oh, Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller.
Nobody's seen Stephen Miller for a couple of weeks.
Well, his wife got COVID. Maybe he did too. I mean, I'm not saying I wish that on him. I'm not saying that.
COVID's too good for him.
Yeah, but whatever works. Interpret that as you will. I am not advocating. I am absolutely committed to nonviolence. I don't advocate for violence ever. That's not what I'm saying.
And there's nobody to pray to wish horrible things on him.
Exactly. So it's frustrating. So
back in the day, I could have just prayed.
Back in the day, we could have sacrificed the right animal and he would have been toast, if that were true. I mean, you know, it's just like go to the temple. Well, you would. I couldn't because vagina. But yeah, you could go to the temple, do the right offering, light the correct incense, not the strange fire. The strange. That gets you smoked. That gets you immediately smoked by God. Yeah. And you know, but like the real incense, the good incense, and then yeah. But no. So no, I'm not advocating for violence. Not saying anything other than Stephen Miller is an evil human being, and he doesn't deserve to be doing anything that he's doing in our
loathsome
government.
And as horrifying as Stephen Miller is.
Yeah.
He makes me even more nervous when I don't know what he's up to. Like, if there's a wasp in the room, I want to be able to see it.
No, that's a good point. God damn it.
That man's up to something somewhere, and I don't like it.
Do we know that for... Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, he just has kind of disappeared.
No, he literally, like, people on the news are wondering where he is. He literally has not been seen for... like almost 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I bet he's in Argentina.
He could be. That's where they all end up. Sorry, saying. Argentina. Maybe you should have exercised stricter border control back in the day.
Well, they have good beef and...
Don't cry for me.
One other thing. Okay, I'm sorry. We're being horrible. Uh,
We've crossed in, we've crossed the hour mark and gone into the crazy territory.
we really have. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so, uh, we would have to sacrifice an orange baboon. No, baboons are amazing. Leave them alone. There. I get what you're saying, B. I just, no, thank you. Please, sir.
Baboons are terrifying.
They are, but they're also really pretty and cool. They just hang out. The one at the zoo. Okay, guys, I want to be very clear.
They're ferocious. They kill people.
Baboons?
Yes.
I was talking about orangutans.
Oh,
yeah, baboons do fucking kill.
Baboons are the ones with the saber teeth.
Yeah,
they like and rip the tops off of jeeps and the.
No, yeah, they're vicious. Yeah, for sure.
In packs.
To our primate brethren, we just want to say. Some of you, we like better than others. And orangutans are amazing. I mean, I'm saying that word wrong because we say it wrong in America, but I just like they're, okay. So the Memphis Zoo, if y'all ever come here, our zoo is incredibly ethical. All of the animals are rescues. They take great pains now. This was not always the case, but in the in my lifetime being here, they take great pains to make amazing environments. Would you agree? For these, have you been to the zoo in the last 15 years?
I've spent a lot of time there as a kid, both before and after the renovation.
Yeah,
I remember when all the big cats were just in a big stone box with bars in the wall.
Yeah,
the cat house.
That was vile. Yeah, that was vile, and it's not like
There's
that
anymore. There's a restaurant there now.
I know. I've eaten there, which is weird. Yeah. It's very cool now. Like the only thing I object to is that we have polar bears at all because it's fucking Tennessee.
Subtropical climate.
Yeah, subtropical climate. Polar bears should not be here. But the point is that all of the animals are now, as of now, they have great habitats. They're all rescues. We have an entire wolf pack. It's amazing. You can, if you run.
Since they got a lot of the
Teton exhibit.
Additions.
Yeah. If you run up the ramp instead of just walking, the wolves who are just hanging out below, it's like they're like, oh fuck. Okay, apparently we need to run. And they'll just start running and they will run around like the edge of their enclosure as you run up it and around it. That happened. Me and Shannon did that.
They're hoping you fall in and they can have dinner.
Maybe. But me and my 9-year-old niece at the time ran up the thing and suddenly I looked down and I was like, look. And it was this amazing thing. Like the wolves were running with us. It was awesome. Okay. Having said that, what is happening in the chat? I have no idea.
Ox made a peach cobbler to celebrate the impeachment.
Ah, excellent. Awesome. That is amazing, Ox. Oh, also peach cobbler is amazing. And B, he says, if we are supposed to sacrifice something opposite of him instead of like him, we can take out an intellectual. Let's not. Oh, but that's funny.
We need all the brains we can get in this.
Yeah, we really do. Jesus, there's so much stupid, but that was hilarious. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lone Wonder says, I can't believe that I'm older than Stephen Miller. He is, yeah, no, I can't believe I'm older than Stephen Miller.
He does not either look like he's 40. He looks like he's 110.
He looks...
The evil ages you from within.
He looks like Voldemort. Honestly. I mean, not on a good day. Anyway.
Eyes like a goat. Nothing behind him.
Yeah. Stephen Miller had opened a new account on Graham's Instagram. Is that what you mean? Graham?
I could have gone the rest of my life without the phrase Stephen Miller's Instagram going through my head. Now all I can think of is some poor glamour photographer having a very bad day.
Oh, worst day ever for that poor person. Harmonica. Oh, I'm
Stephen
sorry.
Miller trying to pay in blood diamonds.
He would too.
Actual drops of blood in the test tube.
Okay. No.
I picked it fresh this morning.
So Wonder Lady says that her kitten is tired. That's nice. I like that image. Oh God. Okay, and oh, going back to pacing, kitten shifted to shoulder. Oh, I remember when mine was small enough to do that. Now they're dead. I mean, I'm sorry. They lived
Well,
to
that
be.
went downhill
Fuck.
fast.
I need to explain.
We went from happy kitten to grave in about.
I'm sorry, Wonder
that
Lady.
long.
Our cats. No, no. I'm talking about cats that live to be 13 and 15 respectively. Okay, they're not. And actually, the 15-year-old. That's how long I had her. The vet said she was 1 to 2 years old when I got her, so she was probably more like 17, 16 to 18, anywhere in there. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that was fucked up phrasing. You're right. Okay, Instagram. Yes, Instagram. We have multiple people. All right. God damn it, that guy is weird on top of people. Yes, agreed. Wonder Lady still can't hear. Okay, good. What the fuck, Julian's voice says B. Fair enough. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I had these two cats that were amazing, and they lived a long time with me for most of my adult life, and then they passed away naturally. So, and it sucked. And they died, what, 6 months apart, 5 months apart,
Something like that.
Yeah, it was not long, and that sucked too. Okay. But you know what? It's okay. They're they had happy, healthy lives until that point, and I had a very fat, very affectionate tabby that loved me more than he loved anyone else in the world, and that was nice. And I had a black cat named Bubastis who only ever sat in one human being's lap in her entire life. And it was that person. I came home one day from work and you were sitting there with a smile like you were the cat that got the cream. And I looked down and Bubastis was asleep in your lap. And I was like, you motherfucker. She has never won. Like, I've had her since she was 1 to 2 years old, and she has never once sat in my lap. And she was all curled up asleep and happy and purring in your lap. And you were like, what can I say?
I didn't even do anything. Just all of a sudden, there she was. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
not moving.
Here we are.
It was amazing. She was not a lap cat. Like, not at all, not ever, except for this person.
About once every 6 months, with grace with a visit.
Uh-huh. Well, that was her way of letting me know I made a good decision, I think. I still think that, which is a little nutty, and I realize not rational, but I don't care. All right. Yeah, cats pick their humans. Absolutely, B. Yeah, they do. Every cat I've ever had, like, just kind of showed up and was like, hey, I live here now. And I'm like, I guess you live here now. I am now responsible for you financially and so
you ever
on.
Tried to argue with a cat? Doesn't go well.
No.
You're not going to win.
You're not going to win, and or you're going to feel horrifically guilty. I'm not going to tell those stories. Yeah, mine are extremely affectionate with all people. Oh, Wonder Lady. Well, we've seen pictures of Finn and Fiona, and they're fucking beautiful. Yep, great decision. Agreed. Cats are cool. They never say a mumbling word. Fair.
I'm not going anywhere near that.
I don't know what that other comment is in reference to, B, but I respect you and think you're an amazing
I think that's about me saying, have you ever tried arguing with a cat?
Oh.
You're never gonna win.
Maybe. Yeah, fair. All right, y'all. We should cut it off here because I'm kind of drunk and well, that's it really. I don't have an excuse for you. I'm just my reason is I'm kind of. Do you want to keep talking to people?
I'm saying we've been going. Them. We've been going almost an hour and a half. So
oh fuck! Yeah. Okay.
It's probably about wrapping up. Anyway.
Y'all are amazing, and thank you so much. That's how. Oh, hang on, I got it. So true, right? Like, oh my gosh, like when you have an alley cat that just like comes in and it's like sitting on your couch and it's like, what? I live here now.
Yeah.
You know,
you're gonna do something about these fleas, or do you want some?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you're gonna feed me, or do you want me to vomit on your carpet? It's either way. You know, I mean, both are probably gonna happen, but
yeah,
you should really take care of that. Yeah, no, they're awesome, and
feed me now, or I'll figure out how to get into that refrigerator, and I will eat all your tuna.
Mm-hmm. That was the one thing Bubastis would steal. Man, she was such a good cat, but that was the one thing. Like I left, I took some tuna. I was dieting and shit. I had some lettuce, put some tuna on it, and then I realized I needed to use the restroom, so I ran to do that, washed my hands, came back to the kitchen, and that fucking cat was on the kitchen table eating my tuna off of my plate. And the second I walked into the room, she looked up like. And then kept eating the tuna because she was like, all right, well, clearly you're not that upset. You're not screaming.
You didn't move in fast enough. You must not be bothered.
I'm gonna finish
this. You're not gonna. I'm gonna. Okay, I'll finish.
You didn't really want those, right? Yeah, and of course at that point I didn't want any of it, so I was like, yeah, go ahead, you finish.
One lady, my sister woke up with an orange tabby in her bed.
No,
she didn't have an orange tabby. I love seeing those pictures online with I don't cat caption. It's like the cat is just chilling in the bathtub or whatever.
Yeah. That's how we got fucking the cat we ended up giving to my nephew because we couldn't. It was too much for us. Okay, so this cat we named Burroughs because. You know the beat poet Burroughs, who was addicted to heroin for forever? This cat, he was a stray when we were first dating and you had your old apartment. Mm-hmm. And this cat was just in the neighborhood and he was a tabby, orange tabby, ginger tabby. And he had learned somehow, like we let him into the apartment because he was like, I like you, you're cool. And we were
we didn't so much let him in as he decided he was coming in.
He came in very quickly as I was closing the door.
Started hanging out around the door one day, and after a couple of days decided, I like the smell of that.
I like it. I want to come in. So he came in, and the one time he was not outside and needed to use the bathroom, he ran into the actual people bathroom, jumped into the bathtub,
yep,
and peed. And it just all went down the drain. And I was like, who the fuck taught you to do that? Not that I'm not appreciative. That's amazing. I'm really glad you didn't do that anywhere else. But like,
better here than in the laundry hamper.
Right? It was so weird. We were like, good kitty. And I'm like, we're applauding the cat for being, it's weird. I don't know, it was weird. But the reason he got the name Burroughs was because we had a fifth of Jack on the coffee table.
No, it was on the kitchen counter.
It
was like 4 feet off the ground,
yeah.
2 feet back from the edge.
Motherfucker stretches up and puts his little paws around the bottle and starts inching it toward him. And before it can fall on his face or worse, onto the floor and break. No, not worse, but onto the floor and break. I grab it and I'm like, all right, look, motherfucker. No, and you said the thing about needles.
I don't remember it
You don't
clearly.
remember
Yes,
that?
this was a long time ago, and it's been a rough couple of years.
It really has. It's fair. So Junk Shop says, all right, Kat, we start finding used needles around here and you're out. That's it. Like, that's our limit. No, like, you make a grab for the booze, fine. You don't get any, but no needles. And then from then on, he was Burroughs after William. But we ended up, he was too much cat for us, man. He was
very destructive.
Very destructive.
Very
not
destructive.
Fixed.
A lot of attitude.
I had 2 old cats that we had to, assimilate, and they were like, that's a lot, so
this was a young and an active
cat.
This was a young person's cat.
So we gave him to a young person.
Him to a young person who loves him too.
That's right.
And has the energy to keep up with his frantic ass.
Yep. And even with a new baby and a wife and all kinds of shit going on. Yeah. So my nephew adopted him.
Cat's the size of a goddamn border collie.
I know, right? He's so tall. He has huge paws. Oh, they were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, my nephew got him. It's all good.
Saw it on the Jack Daniels bottle. It looked like a toddler's hand.
Right? It was like, and like, no. Goddamn. Yeah, the Twilight Zone did happen there. Oh, wait. Oh, what happened? Oh, well, hey, ooh, gotta run by, little wolf. Okay, all right. We really are going to shut this down, I swear. Okay, B, thank you for letting us know about your preferred pronouns. Shade, thank you so much for showing up. Miss Shatterkitty, Little Wolf, Ox, oh my God, gonna forget so many people. All of you, thank you for being here. Harmonica Man, Miss Shadow Kitty, y'all are amazing. You keep us going. It's been it's been such a shit year, Wonder Lady, for so many of us. Well, for all of us collectively, I think it's been Santi. For all of us collectively, Ricardo, I think it's been a shit year. I'm just trying to say everyone's name in the chat at this point. And we've really helped each other try to, keep it together. So, yeah. See y'all on Jim's stream. Did I say Jim's? I meant Jen's with an N. Bad Kitty, go out to the visitor. Yeah, fair. Yeah, we love you too. Oh gosh, thank y'all. That's incredibly sweet. We love you back. And okay, yeah. So remember, you can't find truth in wine, but you might find it in reason. So say bye to each other. I'm gonna close this out. Y'all have a good night. Be safe.